just got my most anticipated read of 2026. Before we do anything, my dad took our van, which had my mascara in it, so we're makeup free today. So, I'm literally, like, I could barely read or do anything while I was waiting for this, so it better not be damaged. This book means so much to me because before I started reading or anything, I hated books. And then I started watching Haley Pham YouTube videos, and I really got inspired by her, and she's really the main reason I started BookTube and Bookstagram. And so this book really means a lot to me because it is just Friends by Haley Pham. And I am so beyond excited to read this. It has this beautiful art. So that is so pretty. And it has reviews from Lynn Painter, Vari McFarlane, Emma St. Clair, and this is, look how pretty she is, oh my goodness. Let me read the back of this. Also, this is my Just Friends outfit. It's the closest I could get, and I feel like it's not that bad. Also, I saw someone, I wanted to watch someone read this, and she analyzed the cover, and it was so interesting how she analyzed it. It was so cool. Anyway, let me read the back. A heartwarming and swoon-worthy romance about childhood friends reconnecting after years apart. Blair and Declan were inseparable growing up, best friends who knew each other better than anyone else. But when an impulsive kiss took them from friends to something more, everything changed. Just as quickly as their romance started, one moment shattered it all, leaving them with nothing but heartbreak and silence. Now, 4 years later, Blair is back in their coastal hometown of Seabrook to support her mom and care for her great-aunt Lottie as her health declines. To make ends meet, Blair applies to work at a coffee shop, only to discover it's managed by none other than Declan, the boy she loved, the boy she lost, the boy who still makes her heart race. As Blair's path keeps crossing with Declan's, old wounds resurface, secrets are revealed, and sparks reignite. But could their future ever be free from their past? Told in dual timelines that unravel the magic and pain of first love, Just Friends is a moving romantic story about second chances, the weight of dreams, and finding your way back to the people who feel like home. I'm sorry, did you say second chance, forced proximity, first love? I will be honest, this is gonna really test me. Test Haley, shall we say. Because I am, shall we say, not the biggest fan of second chance. I mean, let me see here. Julia Monroe Begins Again. This is a second chance, and honestly, it was really good for a second chance. It's a Christian romance. It was really good. I think I rated it maybe 3.75. It was pretty good, but I'm not usually one to pick up a second chance, but I am so excited to read this, and yeah, let's get into this reading vlog because I can't wait another second to start it. So let's go. And by the way, two things. I'm going to be using this adorable bookmark, and it's like this old Nokia phone that says, "Hey, do you want to go to the bookstore?" And I am Actually, hello. I'm obsessed. I won it in a giveaway from the bookmarkery. So yes, that is that. And also, she's doing this thing where you have your Just Friends birthday outfit and you take a picture with Just Friends and hashtag Just Friends birthday. So I'm gonna go make that post for Instagram and then really get to reading, because I'm spending the afternoon with my mom, like in the living room, just reading. So I'm so excited. Let's do this. Okay, I am literally one chapter in, and I was thinking, you know what? I was already thinking this, but I forgot about it, and I was like, I want to tab this book, because I've been looking forward to it for so long. But I don't have tabs. I have tabs, but they're really fragile. Like, they're really thin, plasticky, and when I put them in my bookshelf, they get bent. I'm not sure if you can see that, but like this one's really bent. So yeah, I was like, I don't want to do that. So what did I do? First of all, I needed a place to put tabs. And so I took one of these Kindle inserts that do not work, and I cut it down and made it almost bookmark sized. And I cut down those small post-it notes, and see, it works so well. They don't fall off. So I've got all of those, and that's the back. I just picked one that I would never even use anyway, even though they don't even fit in my Kindle. I cut this one down to size 2, and they're like too thick. So I had to go to Hobby Lobby to get thin paper. So far I have 2 tabs, so let me show you what the colors mean. So orange is something funny. Also, we're not talking about the spelling of inspiring, which turned into inspiring. I forgot the P. So funny is yellow, romantic is light blue, sad is dark blue, and inspiring or other is medium blue. So far in chapter 1, there was something funny and something sad. So, also, oh my goodness, I totally forgot about this, but for this one chapter on page 102, I put a little tab right in the middle that says go to back, because in the back is that chapter annotated by Haley. And I was like, I quite literally have to read her annotated chapter, because that would be a crime if I didn't. So, yeah, that's where I am. I'm on chapter 2. So I have choir. I have to leave for choir. And I'm not using this as a bookmark, but I am just putting it in the front of the book and kind of hoping that these don't fall out, because it's not working the greatest. So I'm just putting it in the front there. So yeah, that's the update, and yeah, I'll probably keep reading. I have to get ready for choir, and then tonight I can keep reading. So far, I didn't give you my thoughts so far, because we're only one chapter in. I don't have that many thoughts, but the thoughts I do have are, I am not sure I've read any kind of writing like this. I've heard it is similar to Emily Henry, and some others that Haley really likes and took inspiration from. But I've never read any Emily Henry or any of those other ones. And so it's very, like, it's easy to understand, don't get me wrong, but there are bigger words to describe things that could have been described with smaller words. But I would say it's done very well. Okay, well, I ran out of storage, so I had to go delete things, and I got rid of 13 gigabytes of old booktube videos. But anyway, I was talking about how she writes very eloquently, I guess is the word. I don't know. But it's done well. And then I was saying how there is the topic of cancer already. So I would be aware of that if that is something that bothers you. I had one family member that had cancer, but he actually made it through chemo and he's healed. So, yeah, cancer doesn't really bother me because that wasn't a huge part of my life or any relatives, so definitely keep that in mind, but so far, I'm really loving it. Show me how. It is now midnight, and I made it to about 50 pages, and honestly, I'm loving it. I will give more thoughts in the morning, but yeah. I'll probably, like, watch BookTube or something now. But it is so good so far. I'm tabbing like nobody's business. I've only ever tabbed one book. Why is my pinky like that? I've only ever tabbed one book, and it wasn't that great. So this one deserves every single tab. I'm telling you what. I sense something that has to do with 5 and something in the sky. Anyway, I'll see you in the morning. I'm pooped. I'm not making any sense either. Okay, good morning. Wow, it's very sunny. Ignore my unmade bed. It's okay. I have been really trying to fully grasp everything that is happening, everything they're saying fully. And it's just one of those where you want to do that. And so I have really been enjoying tabbing some spots that I really loved. And let me see if I can read you some quotes that I have liked. I'm going to put you down there. Hello. Okay. Let me go back towards the beginning. Okay, this paragraph. Oh my word, it's so real. There's a book I just finished on my Kindle last night. I want a physical copy of. Frivolous, I know, but I'm unwilling to restrain myself from any hit of dopamine right now. I'll take any ounce I can get to prepare me for what's to come. That was so funny. I marked that with a orange tab, which for me is funny. This was really sad. Not sad, but like just I wanted to tab it. It's the start of chapter 2. 2 weeks ago, I got the call. If you've ever gotten the call in your life, you'll unfortunately know what I mean. The one that creates a before and after in your story, bookending each side. Whatever you had been doing prior to it becomes so hilariously insignificant in comparison to the words coming through the phone speaker. So those were some quotes just to give you, goodness gracious, hello, give you an idea of her writing. And honestly, I am loving it so much right now. So yes, definitely pick this up. That's my emotions right now, to tell you to pick this up because I'm loving it. Let me give you a little update. I am page 76. I am so excited to get to page 102 so I can go to the annotated chapter in the back. And I feel like that's going to be a very interesting chapter. I feel like I know what that chapter is. So ready to read her thoughts and her sarcasm and all of that stuff in her annotations. So, yes. There we go. That's the update. I'm going to keep reading. I have, obviously, stuff to do, but, yep, that's my thoughts so far. I obviously had to make coffee because, if you didn't know, Blair and Declan work at a coffee shop, so it's kind of a necessity. So, I got maple syrup on my fingers. Also, me and a friend started a Instagram group chat called Girly Pops. So basically just fangirling over just friends. And literally anything Ryan and Haley and Spock, of course. So if you're interested in joining that and you love Ryan and Haley, definitely shoot me a DM on Instagram and we'll see what I can do. Okay, so my mom ran into the grocery store to get some french fries. And, hello. We went to some thrift stores. I saw a couple things. I didn't get anything, but that was fun. I have the worst headache right now. And I'm nauseous. So, yeah. And we have church tonight. I love church. I do. But right now, I'm not feeling great. Not at all. Good evening, fellow book girlies. I'm not sure how much I filmed today. I'm gonna be totally honest. But let me give you an update. This is where we are with tabbing. Honestly, I'm so excited. It's so fun, and I am quickly running out of tabs. I have plenty of sad ones left and a good amount of inspiring ones, but the romance, like things I found romantic and funny. Well, I guess funny is still good too, but I have like 4 tabs left for romantic things. So there we go. I am, I believe, 43% through. I'm on page 133. Pretty sure I gave you my thoughts this morning, but let me give you more thoughts. So now that we know some more of her story, it's really, really interesting to see all of that and how she is coping with it. I definitely feel like I relate in some ways, of how she's handling certain grief. So anyway, I am loving it. It is spectacular. The writing, I am in love with her writing. It is just, I can picture things so well, and I don't know how to explain it other than I relate to her writing. I don't know, that's really hard to understand like what I mean by that, but people were saying like some of the little things that she said, like if someone ran into her, she like spells out the sound she makes. Like I love that, and people were hating on her for that, but I love it. So that's my thoughts so far. It's 10:30. So I mean I could sit up and read for another 2 hours, right? Honestly, it's flying by. Like, I know I'm not reading it super fast, but that's only because I haven't read a ton today. But when I read, it feels like that and I'm 20 pages. So yeah, those are my thoughts, and so yeah, I'm gonna read now. Good morning. I've been sitting here reading, and I currently look dead, but we're ignoring that. And you guys, can you tell? I have like 30 pages left. I'm unprepared to finish this. So here's my tabbing. I am eating up all of these tabbing. Oh my goodness. I love it. I don't tab ever. And I feel like I'm going to want to reread this and then actually like go in and underline what I tabbed, because I basically just like tabbed it right above what I thought was like funny or sad or romantic or whatever. So I'm actually almost out of the romantic tabs, so I'm gonna probably use the inspirational ones. By the way, new favorite bird is the blue-footed booby. Anyway, let's finish this book. Haley. Wow. Wow. This book. It was so good. I've talked a lot about it, so I'm going to keep this pretty brief because I have to head out. But, I mean, look at these tabs. I never tab things. I was running out of tabs, honestly, and this book is so good. And again, orange is funny, light blue is romantic, medium blue is inspirational, and dark blue is sad. So this book was absolutely phenomenal, and I am so proud of Haley for this being her debut novel. That is insane, and I can hardly believe it. I am so excited for her if she writes more books. I think that will be so amazing, and I cannot wait to see her grow in this authoring journey. So I really related to Blair in the way she was handling her grief. I wouldn't consider this a spoiler, but it might be to you. The way she is handling her grief is, one specific thing was she was not able to cry until a long time, like, after it happened and after the funeral. And, I definitely do relate to that. I've had, several loved ones pass away, and I literally could not even shed a tear at the funeral. I felt like I was in the wrong, like, why am I not crying? Why can't I cry? What's wrong with me? You know? And I definitely related to her with this, and it really made me happy that this was talked about in this book. So definitely there's the trigger warning of grief, so be warned, but I give this book 7 stars. You may be saying, Elise, Liz, it's a 5-star rating system. Yeah, I know, but also we do give books 6 stars sometimes if they're, like, above and beyond. And I also realized that I've been overrating books. So there's a new one. 7. 7-star book right here. Anyway, I am so proud of Haley for this, and if you guys haven't read this, definitely run, do not walk to your local Target or Barnes & Noble or wherever and pick up this book. Literally DNF whatever book you're reading at the moment and pick this up, because it's totally worth it. I mean, I stopped reading a book that I was at 59% to read this. So what are you waiting for? Anyway, I have a really hard time with outros, so I'm just gonna say read this and goodbye.